Ragna and Bob Hersey didn't just want a garden, they wanted enchantment. All it took was some hard work, a clever eye for scavenges, a passion for hardy plants, and teamwork to fulfill their creative ideas. Their home in San Antonio had a typical yard until Ragna took over.
Well, when we got here, there was nothing in the yard. I mean, it was wall to wall St. Augustine, pretty dried up. The house had been vacant for about a year. The people here had really taken care of their St. Augustine. It was their main crop, I think. They had a sprinkler system set up. So we had a blank slate. There was no shrubs in the front, no tree in the front, 2 trees in the backyard, and that's it. So I had fun, just starting to design very slowly, adding flower beds, because I've always liked to garden. So I knew I was going to do a lot with this, but I didn't know it would quite reach this point.
Ragna turned a basic backyard of lackluster dimension into layers that summon pursuit.
I read a little piece of garden advice that I've always thought was very interesting, and it said, find out what you can grow and then grow a lot of it. Bob's very happy to take out the grass, less mowing.
Bob built walkways to clarify each destination. In one bed, he built a rose trellis pyramid to play off Ragna's concrete one. One path leads to the secret garden.
We found a little iron gate back there and the purple gate, and Bob built an arch and put the gate there. So that made, a little different area. And like I said, the thing just kind of evolved. I don't know how it happened. I don't have any training as a designer, but I do like art, and I like to look and see how, a pleasing, balanced look to everything. I love plants. I love being outside. To me, the garden is like an empty palette. It's an art form for me. So I'm always imagining, how this would look and that would look, and really, in a way, it just kind of took on a life of its own. I would get a new plant or a new pot and walk around out there and think, now where would be the best place to plant this or to place this? And the garden just seems to tell me how to do it. It's just kind of evolved like that.
She tucks in pots because they're easy to move around to suit the mood. Also, they're perfect for plants that want richer soil than her rocky caliche. With good potting soil, they hold their moisture. She rarely buys one. Instead, she gets them from friends, thrift stores, garage sales, and flea markets. If they lack enough drainage, she drills more holes. Her $5 fines at a washing machine repair shop already came with holes.
This is the inside, the spinning part of the washing machine. And, they're quite large. What are they, 20 gallons or so? They have little tiny holes around them, which I think gives them a nice design. But I did enclose the inside with heavy plastic to kind of keep in the moisture and keep the soil from running out and the roots from coming out the holes. Actually, they look very elegant.
Ragna has a gift for turning any scavenge into art.
I love mirrors. One time, I've got mirrors all over the house, and one of my little granddaughters decided to count the mirrors one time. And she went around and said, Nana, you have 65 mirrors in your house. But of course, she was counting all the little mosaic designs and everything. So it makes a small space look larger. I just think it looks nice. So I have a lot of mirrors in the house, and I was watching flea markets. A friend of mine found this mirror at a thrift store for $5, and so she called me and said, do you want it? I said, yes. So we put it up, and I'd been saving these shells for like 30 years from the coast that the kids picked up, the buckets of shells, and so I glued the shells around it. And then I got the mirrors in thrift stores and whatever that I have in the back. And it's just a nice reflection, kind of a little surprise. You're walking along, you see something moving, and it's you in the mirror. little ideas pop up. And that's what's nice about gardening is you can use them outside. Nobody cares what you do in your backyard. So to me, it's just like have fun. Just find something interesting, fun to do, cute things or whatever, whatever you like.
She repurposed cages, small and big, that once housed Indian fantail pigeons.
They finally died off from old age. I think the last one died about 2 years ago. So we had the empty cage, so what to do with it? We moved to this house from a larger house. We had a lot of paintings, and so I had the bright idea to, make a little art gallery out there. So now the pigeon loft is now my little art gallery.
Ragna's garden tells a story of friends she's made in their mutual swap of ideas, accents, and plants. It's also a tribute to her first garden mentor.
I have some of my grandmother's plant stands, but she was a big influence on my love of gardening. My happiest memories I have as a little kid playing in her yard on the south side of San Antonio.
One thing that's different than her childhood, though, is that now she goes for the organic approach.
I stopped spraying any kind of insecticides or fungicides or anything about 5 or 6 years ago, and I find now that the good bugs take care of the bad bugs. It's amazing. I really didn't believe it when I read that, but I have a lot less pest problems since I stopped spraying any insecticides. And I let the wasps stay. I have a lot of butterfly plants. I do try to foster the butterflies. So there's a kind of a tension there because wasps do eat caterpillars, but they do eat a lot of harmful caterpillars.
And who would want to harm the sweet little box turtles like Big Mama, who wandered over one day to their forever home? In the front yard, after Bob took out the grass, she went for another look to express her creativity with a different style and plant collection. Front or back, Ragna's always in her garden, even when soaring temperatures send the bravest indoors.
I love being outside so much. People will say, well, I can't go out in that heat, but I have a little secret. Actually, it was my mother's idea.
Yeah.
My little secret is you put crushed ice in a king-size pillow slip and pin it around your neck. And you can go out in 105 degrees and that ice drips down your back and work in relative comfort. It's good exercise. I work really hard. I'm not really one for exercise just for exercise. I like to see a product. Bob goes to the gym and I said, you just put all that effort in the yard here, we could even do more.